What's up, everybody? It's John with John Sports Cards and Collectibles, coming at you with a brand new video. How's everyone doing out there today in the YouTube universe? Well, I'm going to take a second look at this set that I showcased years ago here on the channel. This is the 1981 Fleer Star Stickers set. This is cool as hell. These cards are, I would consider them near mint. There might be a few, well, they're mint, but they're near mint because of the centering, and, you know, really that's like the main issue with this release. There are some that are mint. I don't know if there's any that are gem mint, but they're awesome, regardless of any of that. Now, I either picked up this complete set, which was hand collated, at an LCS here in the Pittsburgh market, or this might have been like a Renata Galasso purchase. It might have been, because it was around the same time where I bought a few other things from her shop up in, I guess, Brooklyn, New York. I think she's still with us. I've referenced her many times. Did a little kind of like, documentary type video on her years ago here on the channel. People said I should reach out to her, and I never did that. I don't know if I will. But regardless of that, I think I may have purchased this directly from her, through, one of the ads in one of the baseball card magazines back in the day. Now, this set, I was putting it in the penny sleeves, and some of the cards still had the, gum, like a flour type substance, cornstarch type substance that was on the gum itself. There was still some of that on. It's like a powder on some of these cards. It's amazing. These have only been touched maybe twice by me. Once when I received them. I don't even know if I looked through the set. I might just put it away. The second time would have been when I showcased it here years ago, and now a third time, me putting them in these penny sleeves. So this set is awesome. There are like photo variations of about 70 cards roughly. There's some background reconfigurations that they did with these. They also use some of the same cards, or same photos they use in the cards in the 1981 Fleer release set. This came out a few months after that set did, or that release did. And it's just all wonderful. There's a few, issues with the color. There's one card here that has a production problem, and there's actually one error card in this set. So these are really cool. You can see the different blue. Something happened with this one compared to this one. It's supposed to look like it's lighter on this Mike Norris, but these are awesome. Here's Steve Garvey, and the back, look just like the baseball cards from that year, and the stats and everything else. These are phenomenal. It's a 125 card set. There's 3 checklist cards. There's Ron LaFleur, Ron Say, Dave Revering, Tony Armas. Way off center. There's something going on here with the card right there. But these are actual stickers. I think some of the other releases that Fleer came out with that they called stickers were not stickers. They were like just cards. Mike Norris. You can see the difference in the color. You can peel these off. Obviously I didn't. Thank goodness. Steve Kemp. But I'm sure there's kids out there that did that. Bruce Bochy. There's Mike Schmidt. Hall of Famer. Scott McGregor, Buddy Bell, Carney Lansford. There's Yaz. Now this is the same photo they used on his, one of his cards. He's got 2 in the 81 set. Ben Ogilvy. Now the information I'm giving you, I pulled off of a website called Saber Baseball Cards. And I think that's the same organization that I went to a few years back when I was trying to figure out who signed this one baseball that I had, and they were very helpful. So, and I've been meaning to reach out to them about this Roberto Clemente item that I showcased here about a month ago, trying to figure out one of the portions of it. So maybe reaching out to them. But I'm pulling a lot of this information I'm reading to you now off of that blog website post. And I'll put a link down below in the description for anyone that's interested in learning more about this set. But this is a pretty cool set, and I forgot to mention that the this product came in obviously wax packs, wax boxes, and then there's like a really, really rare like 4-pack like rack pack, which is one actually for sale on eBay. But I don't remember these 4-pack rack packs, and I honestly don't remember this being, you know, in the stores. It probably was. I missed it. Okay, continuing on here. Willie Stargell. There's Pops. I think that's a different photo of him right there. Cecil Cooper, Hall of Famer, by the way. Gene Richards, choking up big time in that bat. Jim Kern. Jerry Kuzman. Larry Boa. And they would do things to the photographs. I don't know if we're going to come up with any examples I can remember, but they, like, you know, did some sort of, not Photoshop, but they did something to change the look of the background, lightened it up on some of the cards. There's a few you could tell that there was a different photo, part of this photo shoot, and they used a second photo during the same time. There's Teak, Ken Tekulve, Dan Driesen. There's Phil Necro. Dan Quisenberry. Dave Winfield. There's Dave Parker Cobra. So this is one of the cards that I think they did something to the background. They changed it up a little bit somehow. But there's a Hall of Famer right there, Cobra. Rest in peace, Rick Langford. Amos Otis, famous Amos. Bill Buckner, that might be an alternate shot of him. Al Bunbury. Bake McBride. Mickey Rivers. Rick Burleson. Now his card in the regular set, he's not smiling, but then in this shot, he's smiling. Does it feel like that? Dennis Eckersley, I'm not sure if this might be a different photo or not. I'm not sure. Doesn't look familiar to me. Cesar Cedeno, Hall of Famer, by the way, Dennis Eckersley. Enos Cabell. Johnny Bench, Hall of Famer. Robin Yount. Not smiling, looking not happy there at all. Mark Bellinger. Rod Carew. Another one where they did something to the background in this photograph, but I believe it's the same photo. Rod Carew, Hall of Famer. Okay, continuing on. George Foster, great player right there. Lee Mazzilli. The shot they have of him, it's just the same type of shot. It's just him smiling. This time he's got his hand up. Triple threat. Mike Schmidt, Pete Rose, and Larry Boa. It's awesome. There's the back of this one. J.R. Richard. Lou Piniella. And I can actually feel on this card, there's some like wax residue on this card too. Since this wasn't, I don't believe this was an actual set you could buy. This was, like I said, hand collated. Lou Piniella. Ken Landreau. Raleigh Fingers, Hall of Famer. Joaquin Andahar. There's Tom Seaver, another Hall of Famer. Bobby Grich. John Matlack. Jack Clark, one of my faves. As a kid. It's Hall of Famer Jim Rice. There's Ricky Henderson, same photo on the 81 Fleer regular set, regular release. There's Roy Smalley. Here's the production error. And you can see there's something, there's even wording down there. Is that just those splotch? It looks like wording, but it's not. But something happened here with this Roy Smalley, you know, in the factory somewhere. Mike Flanagan, Steve Rogers, the Expos, Carlton Fisk, Hall of Famer. Same photo as the regular cards. Don Sutton, Hall of Famer. Ken Griffey Sr. There's Bert Hooton. Dusty Baker, young Dusty Baker. Vita Blue. Al Oliver. Jim Bibby. Wrigley Field. You can see the ivy wall in the background. Tony Perez, Hall of Famer. That's a different shot of him. That's cool. Very cool to see these again. Now, here's the error. Davy Lopes. They misspelled his name here on the front and the back. There's an E missing in Davy. So you got Davy Lopes, Dodgers. Bill Russell, another Dodger. Larry Parrish. Gary Maddox. Phil Garner. Greg Nettles. There's Gary Carter, Hall of Famer, may he rest in peace. Pete Rose, soon to be a Hall of Famer, may he rest in peace, along with someone's foot and back. I don't know what player that is. It's interesting, though. Greg Lazinski, slim Greg Lazinski right there. Ron Guidry, Gorman Thomas, looking not thrilled at all. Is that in Boston? Where is that shot? That looks like the Green Monster right there. He is not happy, Gorman Thomas, and there's wax in the back of that card right around his name there. Jose Cruz, again, another surly look. These guys, they're not thrilled to be in this photo shoot with Fleer. Who the hell's this company? Now, Fleer had the gum in this release and in the regular card release, and then then the big lawsuit happened. Dahmer's did as well, and no more gum for either one. No more. Topps took over. That's our thing. You guys can't do that. And then they put the puzzle pieces and stickers in the two different releases. Bob Boone, Bruce Sutter. Now in the regular, this is a different shot. Is this might be the same shot? Let me see if I can look real quick. I'll tell you guys the difference of this Sutter card, if there is one. Might not be in this one. The Sutter card's the same. I'm thinking there's a Dave Kingman. Oh no, there is a difference with this card. It's where he's holding the bat. So like on the regular card itself, he's holding the bat more over his shoulder this way, and there he's holding it more closer to his head. So it was done during the same photo shoot. He just must have moved. Rest in peace, Bruce Sutter, Hall of Famer. Chris Chambliss, Paul Molitor, young Paul Molitor right there, Hall of Famer. Tug McGraw. Okay, continuing on. Ferguson Jenkins, Fergie Jenkins. Just doing some throwing drills or something. Steve Carlton, Hall of Famer. Now that's a shot that's like not, it's so cropped wrong. You got him way over here. This is just the beauty of like Fleer and Donruss in the early years. The blurry photos, I just love them. There's a certain appeal, in my opinion, for me. Some people can't stand it. They want everything perfect, but I like the oddities to their releases that they had out. So Hall of Famer Steve Carlton, Miguel Delaney, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I guess squaring around a bunt for the Indians there. Reggie Smith. All this open space here, they had to put Reggie down a little bit further, didn't they? Really cool, though. I mean, I love the everything about this. And the wrappers, the image should have already popped up, but it's got like the star baseball stickers, like the logo itself on the wrapper. It definitely has like that Star Wars-y kind of vibe with the font. The baseball star stickers portion. So just really, really cool stuff. I think you can buy packs of these for like $5 on eBay. There's no rookies in this release. Like Harold Baines isn't in this release. And also, there are no Toronto Blue Jays in this release at all. Have we come across Seattle Mariners yet? Bruce Bochy was the only one I think I saw. Rick Cerrone for the Yankees. Alan Trammell, Hall of Famer. That's a different shot, I believe, of him. Doug DeCinces. Sparky Lyle. Warren Cromartie. Scrappy player right there for the Expos. Rick Ruschel. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this photo, Rick. He does not have the physique of what you would think of like today's ball players. There's a lot of frumpiness back then, but that's what made it great to watch baseball back in the 80s, the 70s, and down. There's Larry Heisel, not Heisley, or Hisley, which I've heard it pronounced too. Larry Heisel, power hitter there for the Brewers. Paul Splittorff for for the Royals. Okay. Almost done. Manny Trio. Big old smile on Manny's face right there. Frank White. Fred Lynn. Bob Horner, looking surly. Not thrilled. Omar Moreno. Dave Concepcion. Larry Gura. Ken Singleton. Steve Stone. Richie Zisk. Now, this is one where they talk about in that Sabre site. It's like the same photo shoot, but like a different, more of a close-up photograph of him. And it's a different photo, too. Willie Wilson. Willie Randolph. There's Nolan Ryan for you Nolan Ryan Express fans right there. It's the same photo they use in the cards, but it's pulled back a little bit, I believe. Joe Morgan. That's a crazy shot. I guess he's trying to... I don't know what's going on there. Maybe there's a pickoff play at second. He's trying to leap and get the ball, or maybe there's a ball hit to him. It's hard to tell. And, yeah, you got something else going on there to do with old Joe Morgan. May rest in peace, Hall of Famer right there. Great player. Bucky F. and Dent. Dave Kingman. This is a different shot. There's the other shot of him on the card release. Has him with, I think, a bat. Let me just double check that one. Yes, he's got his bat over his shoulder, and this is him with his glove. So all these things I never knew about. The set's been sitting boxed up since I last showed it here on the channel. And as I was going through everything like I always do, I was like, oh, I should showcase this again. It's been such a long time, and things have definitely changed with the channel, and my commentary is a lot better now than it used to be. And so I started doing some research and found out so many different things about this release. John Castino. Joe Rudy. Ed Farmer. There's Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, Hall of Famer. George Brett, Hall of Famer, right there. Eddie Murray, Hall of Famer. Goose Gossage, Hall of Famer. Look at how many in a row. Then Dale Murphy, who should be in, is next. And there's this is another production error that I didn't notice when I was putting these in penny sleeves. Again, same issue. Maybe it was on the same sheet. I don't know. A different color as well, too. So two things going on with that Dale Murphy sticker card. Ted Simmons, Hall of Famer. Different shot, I believe, of him. Tommy John. Don Baylor. Definitely a different shot of him. And, you know, he's got his hat half hanging on his head. He's screwing around. Who knows? I mean, you know, some kind of trash talking going on. I don't know, you know, but it's just, I love that shot. That's great. Don Baylor. Not a Hall of Famer, but pretty good ball player right there. There's the Hawk, Andre Dawson. I think that's a different shot, too. Him rounding third. Hall of Famer there with the Montreal Expos. Another Hall of Famer coming up, Jim Palmer. There's Gary Templeton, and that's the last card of the set, card 125. And here are the checklist cards. So they just basically recycled. I think the Schmidt's a different shot, though. The Reggie Jackson's the same shot. Here's what the back looks like. It's got all the players listed in this first one. All major minor league batting records. George Brett, and then we'll end with the Schmidt. Let me just find that Schmidt where it was and check and see if it's a different photo. Might be. If I can get it quickly enough, get to it. I think I remember where it was. I think it was near the beginning. Let's find out. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. This was cool to take a look at this again. And, yeah, I'm just glad that I decided to show it off one more time. Yes, different shot of Schmidt. So I'm same, maybe obviously the same game. I love the guy in the background. I think it looks like the photographer's bullpen or something right here. Because those look like tripods. But people have moved around in the background too. That's pretty wild. So very, very cool stuff. Let's just put this up here, and we'll put the other stack on top of it, and this will go back into the box where it was being stored. And there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. This revisit to the 1981 Fleer Baseball Star Stickers complete set that was hand collated, and like I said, either I want to say I got this from Renata Galasso. I really, really do. I want to think that that's where this came from. Because I know that I think I bought the set from her, and then we also bought wax boxes. I have a lot of 81 Fleer. And I was a Tops kid, you know, so when this kind of stuff came in the house, I was like, yeah, I was like, I was so weirded out by it because I wasn't used to Tops or Donruss. And in those days, I just didn't really, I was like, I couldn't accept it. I couldn't accept these two new releases were out. And now I look back and I love them. I love the Fleer releases from like, you know, up to like 87, and then the Donruss same way, you know, and they're just incredible, and you know, not something to even overlook if you're a collector. Don't overlook these releases. There are a lot of cool cards. There's a lot of cool photos. There's different releases they came out with, and for me, I just like the oddity of some of the mishaps that happened with certain years of both Donruss and Fleer. But anyway, I'm getting into the weeds like I tend to do sometimes with these videos, but I'm glad you were here to enjoy this with me and to take another look at this 1981 Fleer Baseball Star Stickers set. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and that's all I've got for you guys today. More videos on the way coming very, very soon, so look out for those. If you're new here and you like what you see and hear here, please hit the subscribe button. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please comment down below. Please share this video. Remember the eBay share link is down below in the description. That is all I have for you guys today. Till next time, folks, this is John with John Sports and Collectibles signing off, and I'll see everybody very, very soon. Take care.